Hello subscribers and new viewers, my name is Enid. I'm itching for stitching. Welcome to my channel. Today I'm recording a Flosstube update. I'm not sure how I'm going to title my videos or even what I'm doing with my channel right now, but it's been a minute since I did a Flosstube update, so I figured I might as well. So anyway, I finished this a long time ago. I didn't sew this aperture pillow, but I think I like Kool-Aid dyed some white Ada, and I think I can't remember where I got that pattern. I used to know, but anyway, I thought it'd be cool to put it in the frame, because, you know, it's kind of spring, judging by how much I'm sneezing lately. So, these are the Lego cherry blossoms. I knocked one off. Shoot. I think it goes there. So these are little, it's not fragile, just they come apart kind of when I'm banging them around. So, the first thing I'm going to talk about is not my stitching. My daughter stitched a sashiko design. I got this kit from Amazon way back in like December, and anyway, she sewed that up or stitched it really quickly, but I don't know, I'm still fuzzy on sashiko. I don't know if it's even acceptable to stick and stab rather than to gather a bunch of stitches and pull through, but I find it very difficult to do it that way. I miss a stitch, and then like they're more messy when I do it that way. So I've been experimenting with it also. So anyway, I've been going to sewing classes, and somebody gave me some scrap fabric, so I sewed my daughter's sashiko into an ornamental pillow. I stuffed it very loosely because the sashiko fabric is delicate, and I was concerned my seams would pop or would fray or do something, and I didn't go aggressive with poking out the corners, so they're not perfect. But anyway, I did that with one of my sewing machines, and I tried to do the aperture or the blind hem, like hand sew it, but I wasn't able to, so I sewed it with my sewing machine. But I don't think it matters, it's kind of on the back. So yeah, so I've been experimenting with sashiko, but it kind of just made me want to do counted cross stitch, and my yeah, that's a problem. So this is another kit from Amazon. So this fabric frays like crazy, and it caught on my Lego. So this is I've had this clover hoop for a while, and I find it works really well for this. So I worked on it for a couple of days, but it didn't really I don't know, it made me want to do cross stitch. So also I realized I was doing it wrong. I didn't look at the instructions very closely. Of course they're in Japanese, but there's a diagram of where you're supposed to start. So I tried to go where I'm supposed to, and yeah, so it came like this. It's I think I was supposed to make it into like a pillow or something when I'm done stitching it, so you can see what the fabric is like. So I might actually try to lock the edges with my sewing machine, and that's the sashiko needle, which I've poked into the corner like the naughty person that I am. So I use sashiko thread that I also bought off Amazon, and it's all from these kits, and I believe also the threads that I've bought were made by the Olympus company, which is a Japanese craft creation company. I don't know how to explain it. So if you look up sashiko kits on Amazon, or sashiko thread and needles, try to look for the Olympus brand because I think they have the best quality, perhaps. Anyway, so the last day or so I've been working on my Turkish sampler, which is from Cyber Stitchers. So I'll put a link to it in the description box. I think it's probably pretty easy to find, but anyway, and I'm using the thread, the called for DMC, which I think is $7.98, and piece of linen that was in my stash, and it's swag cart. Pretty sure it's 28 count, and so I finished this topiary looking thing. I changed it. It bugged me. It wasn't like symmetrical or something, so I changed it to make it more symmetrical. Hopefully it doesn't cause any problems. And I've started stitching the pot, plant pot under the topiary, as I'm calling it. And there's like a bird here. I'm going to stitch that next once I finish this, because I want to stitch a bird. And then there's some other motifs there. I'm mildly concerned about the stitching the border correctly, because it's just a long... But I'll just count it. That's all there is to it. And then I'm going to, like, once I do the bird, I'll probably stitch down a bit. And then I'll move over here and start some of the other motifs so that I can just sort of... It's my paranoid way of stitching, so I don't make, hopefully, dumb counting mistakes. I also... stitched on this a little bit, not very much. So I think this is Lady Garden from Long Dog Samplers. So some other stitchers had suggested I get the Jumbo Clover Wonder Clips. So they come in a pouch. These are also from Amazon. Yeah, they're Jumbo Wonder Clips. So, I mean, you can use them for hands or machine sewing and other things like that. So, because this fabric is huge, so it gets in my way and I find it annoying. So, I had it in a Q-snap, but I found it unwieldy because it was so big. So, I slapped it in a Nerge hoop, but I'm not sure this is any less bulky. So, I don't think any of my scroll rods are wide enough to accommodate this fabric. And at some point I had tried to edge it off. I don't know where I got this fabric. It is a Zweigart. And why it doesn't have sergering is confusing to me. So I think I did that. I think I sewed it. But I didn't know what I was doing. So I started trying to, like, sew really close to the edge to lock it down. So the I coffee dyed sprinkly. I had I thought I'd iron this, but maybe I did, and then I was messing around with it. So anyway, I had a piece of white Ada, and I had a packet of, like, Kool-Aid water enhancer or something like that. No, it was orange, or it was Grape Crush water enhancer. So anytime I find something like that, I just prefer drinking plain tap water most of the time. So I mean, if I'm gonna drink water, it's just water. So I use it to dye this stark white Ada, and it made it kind of like a pinky color. And I washed it with hot water after I dyed it, and it still smells a little bit like grapes, which I don't mind. So I had tried to stitch something on it, didn't. This fabric has actually been abused. So I tried to do some black work on it and ripped it out because it just didn't work for me. And then I tried to cross stitch something, that didn't work out either. So I took my garbage Singer sewing machine and I got it from Joann's a long time ago, because my vintage machine was at the mechanic. So yeah, so I used my cotton thread, which I ran out of, and it's just I inherited somebody's grandma's sewing stuff. So I've been using up the threads and whatnot, so I'm experimenting with how to lock the edge so it doesn't fray. This way seems to work, getting as close as possible. I'm still trying to learn how to do things like that, but I think that's about it. Which is not, it's not a long video, but I'm not the most long-winded person on camera, so I don't know how to do this though. I'll just anyway, I think oh, and I ironed my my iron died, so I had to get another one. And I ironed my tea towel that I use for the backdrop when I do my videos like this. So it's nice and not so creased. Anyway, I'm totally waffling. So, thank you for watching and subscribing and commenting. I really appreciate it. If you like my content, please consider subscribing. And remember to keep stitching because you count. Bye for now.